Okay, that's enough of an intro. I know what you're here for. You know what you're here for. I've got too little patience, and you've got too little of an attention span for a longer intro, so let's just get started so I can stop. So I chose for this video to randomly pick 3 games, not 4, not 5, 3, that were free, so I didn't have to bust my wallet just to have some fun. And after searching, I believe I found my picks. So let's get started. Yeah, I bet this is what you thought was going to be on the video, huh? Here is Sonic Rumble Party, the most obscure game you could possibly think of. Okay, in all seriousness, I know free sometimes means obscure when it comes to games, but this is a free game, and I did say I was going to pick randomly, so yeah. Sonic Rumble Party is one of those games I kind of heard about once or twice when it first came out, but I never really paid much attention to it. And now that I did, I can see it's just a very, very shameless copy of Fall Guys. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of dig it. From what I saw on Steam, people seem to be kind of mixed on this game, and after playing it, I think I get why. Like I said already, it's pretty much Fall Guys, but with Sonic characters slapped over it. You just join an online game, race to the end before everybody else, collect as much of something as possible, or be the last one to survive. The only true changes that I could see were Sonic's jump, homing attack, and ball stomping thing. That came out so wrong. Anyways, that's why I didn't mind it, because as a guy who grew up with Sonic and who's also played Fall Guys before, it might not have been super refreshing or exciting, but it was good enough. It felt familiar and easy to pick up, which should have allowed me to get an easy W on my first round, but hey, you don't always get what you want in life, right? Moving on to the game modes. I first started with a default Party Rumble. There's not much to say here. You're on a race against everybody else. Sometimes you jump over or break stuff. You beat some, what were they called again? Like Batniks, I think it was. And that was usually it. The one that made things a little more exciting for me was Ring Survival. It's kind of self-explanatory when you think about it. You survive by collecting as many rings as you can for 3 stages. You better believe I was hoarding all of those rings and even bashing other players' brains in to take their rings. It was survival of the fittest, and I proved to be greedier than every broker in Wall Street combined. Needless to say, I was having the time of my life with this one. Then I played the stage challenges. Now these are played solo, and it was kind of refreshing because I felt like I could get a better feel of the game without worrying about being first or surviving last, and I found that it wasn't any less fun for me. It wasn't more fun either, but I can say I didn't get super bored. I played a few stages with little to no problem, and if I had to rate this game, maybe a 2.5 out of 5 would be fine, because I can see why people are mixed on this. If you're a kid or a huge Sonic fan, then have at it. Next up on the list is Grapple Galore. Now, how do I describe this? In simple terms, you swing and you shoot, period, point blank. But to put it more accurately, imagine if you were the biggest Spider-Man fan in the world, and then you decided to down as many shots of whatever drink of choice you possibly could, and then jumped out of your window thinking you were Spider-Man. Add guns to the equation and you have Grapple Galore. Now I know that's a weird way to describe it, but that is what it felt like for me, especially in the first 5 minutes of turning this on. You can see me literally flounder and pace back and forth, trying and flailing to shoot my ropes at something that sounds really dirty, until I finally realized I had to aim at something that wasn't the fucking sky to latch on and swing around. And then I started getting it. And when it came to shooting, well, I didn't really get to grow up with first-person shooters, so my aiming isn't the greatest, but in this game, not to stroke my own ego here, I was kicking some major ass. Okay, I lied. I'm a fraud, a charlatan, a deceiver even. I got my ass handed to me more than I'd like to admit, but you know what? I also won more than I thought I would, so I'm not taking it all back. Roll the clips, editor. Hello? Hello? Oh, yeah, I'm the one making this. Sorry. See? Told you, I'm not a total noob. Regardless, I played a few rounds and I was more into this than Sonic Rumble Party, hands down. This might be a game I keep on my PC, if I'm being honest. I would rank this 3.5 out of 5. The controls were pretty slippery and they did get on my nerves once or twice, but still, it was a hell of a time for me. And last, but certainly not least, a last-minute addition to this video, but a rather welcome surprise. Before I get into it, there's something I need to tell you. You're probably wondering, what does he mean by last-minute addition? Let me tell you then. Originally, the third game I had picked was Methods the Illusion Murders, if I remember the name right. That game is point and click, it's a detective game, and while I was recording that game, my screen recorder crashed not once, but twice. And if I'm being honest, Illusion Murders is a better graphic novel than it is a game, because even for a point and click game, there was little to no actual gameplay. Most of my time was spent clicking the left mouse button to just get it over with, including on transitions. There wasn't even that much detective stuff happening. You couldn't really solve things on your own aside from one instance. And after all that, I didn't think that game was even worth showing anymore, so thankfully, I have Bloody Hell to take its place. From what I can understand, Bloody Hell is a top-down Metroidvania, the first one I've seen, by the way. Most Metroidvanias are usually 2D side-scrollers. So this little tidbit got my attention quick, and god damn, I love this game. You play as a little angel dude named Asrael, and you are sent by God himself to the depths of hell to take out Satan himself. Simple and to the point, what more could you ask? I chose to play this game on keyboard just to get it over with, and in my opinion, the controls aren't the worst thing in the world, but I also thought they were carpal tunnel inducing. But I'll cut it some slack, because for now, I'll chalk it up to me not being used to playing on a keyboard that much, but still, it was annoying. Regardless, I pushed on. I was having fun anyways. And after spending minutes hopping from one platform to another, shooting the biggest eyeballs poor Asrael has probably ever seen, getting some new abilities, and putting up with small hordes of annoyingly deadly monsters, I get to the first boss. Ladies, gentlemen, and perverts, your eyes do not deceive you. Her name is Porkchop, and if you want more of her, you can see her later tonight at the local strip club. Okay, I kid. In all seriousness, when I saw Porkchop, I got a little worried. Knowing I only had 3 measly hearts to live and how much of a punch the normal monsters pack, I thought I was gonna be here a while, dying and coming back over and over and over again. To my own surprise, however, I beat this disgusting looking pig on my first fucking try. I was very tempted to just end it there and end the footage on a high note, but I decided to travel a little further and see what else I could find before stopping myself, because I had been playing long enough and I had found absolutely nothing. So I decided to call it a day and go back to heaven after a job well done. All in all, this was a fun game. It might not be for everybody, but I liked it. It was a hell of a first impression for me. No pun intended. Oh, wait a minute, I made that same joke earlier for Grapple Galore. God, fuck. Okay, that's about enough swearing for me here. I don't want to tempt the YouTube gods into smiting me for that. That's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Any and all constructive criticism and feedback is more than welcome. And if you wanna, for some reason, check out my disgusting mess of a first video, it's in the link down below. If anybody has any ideas as to what I should do next or any other free Steam games you think I should play, leave them down in the comments, and hopefully I'll see you soon.